Good morning and welcome to week number 11. That's right, we are week number 11 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020, and today is run number 51. We are doing a speed session. We are doing a tempo run. We are doing 9K, not as far as last week. We're starting to pull down a little bit. So we'll be doing 9K at a 5:43. And well, I tell you, I am feeling some things. It wasn't too bad from pulling up from the 24K, but I'm a bit stiff this morning. I've done some stretching and whatnot, but we'll see how we go. Running a little late. I mean, it's 7:30 and work starts at 9, so I need to kind of go, but also have to have the mentality that it is what it is. If I get it done in time, I get it done in time. If I'm going to be late, I'm going to be late. I need to go pick up the fruit and veggie box as well. So yeah, a few things this morning. All right, so first thing first is we are going to be doing a week review of the Garmin Forerunner 935 this entire week. So this will be the first initial run. I haven't ran with it, I haven't tested any activity with it. Still getting used to all the bells and whistles. Last night I accidentally had left some feature on which would buzz me every flippin' hour through the night. I finally figured how to turn it off in the middle of the night, so I wasn't waking up every hour. It only was 2-3 hours that I realized, so that's that. Otherwise, I'm smiling, feeling good. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful morning, and it is about 3 degrees, so it is cold. All right, let's get this done and dusted. We'll be listening to some music today just to keep things moving and grooving, and hopefully to get me that goal. Now, I've done this before. I've done 10K at this speed before, so this shouldn't be an issue, right? I'm a little nervous. I am feeling things, so will be interesting to see. Anyway, let's get started. Better be careful. Oh yeah. 5K in, I'm way too fast, 5:29, but got myself a buffer. Just keep going. Getting it done. 6K in, 3K to go. Time to push it in. Let's go. Final 700 meters. Let's go. Come on. Wow. Once again, it's becoming a morning ritual where I continue to surprise myself. And what's interesting is, and look, I shouldn't be really surprised because I mean I'm putting in the work, right? So it makes sense that I'm naturally able to hold a faster pace for a longer time, and comfortably too. But you know, these aren't fast speeds, and I've done these speeds before, and I mean, my half marathon I did at 5:45 pace or something like that in order to get my PB that time. And what's interesting is where I'm surprising myself is this plan is a step up from last year, and doing 24K just 2 days ago, and then now smashing out a 9K tempo above pace target. It's just amazing. And in the encouragement I have for each one of you is go get it, just go for it. It's a bit of a cliche and it's a bit of a broken record, but if you don't give it a go, you're not gonna know. It's as simple as that. And I was doubting this run at the start. I was looking for an excuse, but getting through it and getting out there was the key. Just getting out there, getting started, and then realizing, hey, I can do this. Now, I did have a few little issues. I did have some I had a bit of a numb feet issue again on the right foot this time, and now I'm starting to realize it's to do with lacing and tightness on the shoe, so different areas. So because my left foot was fine, my right side though was not good. I had to, well, you'll see it in a minute, I've had to slow down a few times just to walk off the numbness. Probably came around 8k, 7-8k, but I realized because I'm hitting harder, because I'm pushing harder, it's causing it to numb up. So win some, you lose some. I'm using my newer shoes too, which I forgot to mention at the start, and I'm using the runners not too, so I don't know. All right, let's get into it. The Garmin, it's well, to be honest, I can't even feel that it's there, and you know, I don't want to give away any of the details, but a couple of things that I've noticed is I haven't got voice alerts on. It doesn't give me a vibration when I, you know, go through a kilometer, but I think all these things I need to customize and set up, so I'll be going and looking through that. But at the moment, it's feeling good. It feels comfortable. It feels, to be honest, I can't even feel it there. And it'll be interesting to see what the heart rate is on this bad boy. One thing that I've been enjoying about this new watch is that it's got a stress indicator on it, so it's able to track my stress levels, which I'll be curious to see over this week. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. All right, let's get into the results, and then I need to get moving. Look at that, 5:32 pace, unbelievable. I just I don't have words to say it. So good. Yeah, interesting. So you can see there was a few little dips here, but overall I've done pretty good. Well, quickly have a look at the Garmin. Yeah, okay. Performance condition, that's new. Temperature, heart rate. Yeah, so I mean, I've done pretty good. I'm just checking out all these new features. I don't really have much else to say, really. So good start to the week. 9k done and dusted. And now, if you guys didn't see it already, I put up a bonus video, which was basically a recap of the 9 weeks in terms of performance stats and metrics on YouTube. Check that out. If you want to see some other things, let me know. I will probably do another one of these, obviously at the end of the entire plan as well, just to share a bit more on you know, the performance, how I think I've gone, and also how YouTube has, I guess, reacted to this series. Now, if you have some questions, let me know. Of course, the usual reminder is I have a buffet of information in this video, so jump down into the timestamps, have a look around. I'll be doing the Garmin review throughout the week, so if you want to see different snippets on the Garmin, I've put them in the timestamp as well. And I'm just going to be sharing things I learn, things I see, things I hear. When I say hear, I mean like what I'm experiencing with the Garmin. So I don't really have a set plan on what this will look like, but I will share what I experience, and then if you have follow-up questions, by all means, chuck them in the comments. All right, time to go have some breakfast, and better go do some work. It is a beautiful morning. I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Good morning and welcome to run number 52 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing an endurance run. Today we are doing actually 11.5 kilometers. I thought I was doing 11 kilometers, which that's fine. It's just, yeah, just means I'm gonna have to do some extra repeats. So yes, the usual fluff, which is the new normal now. I can do an hour outside of home, so I'll do about 10k, and then I'll end up doing some repeats just to get that extra 1.5k, 2k, depending how fast I'm going. Average pace is planned at a 6:39 pace. We'll see how we go. I've pulled up all right since yesterday's tempo. I'm feeling okay today, so surprisingly, we'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'll be listening to my audiobook again. These are the shoes I'm wearing today, trail running shoes. It has been raining, so it is a chance that it will continue to rain and I'll get a little wet while out and about. But that's okay. I mean, I'm feeling good now because I'm about to go for a run, but yesterday was not a good day. Just running wise, it was great. Everything else was poop. So all I've been thinking about is getting out to this long run, just enjoying it, just having some fun and cruising, because that's all I want to do. I just want to escape it all. So we all have good days and bad days, but yeah, it's a lot of roller coasters at the moment. And to be honest, a lot of it I question of what's the point, and some of the things that we do, anyway, not to make this all down kind of thing. I am good regardless of those things. Just certain areas in life which are just frustrating me, which is okay because we all have frustrations. So I'm gonna get out, see if I can just work through those, through this mental battle of a 11.5k run. Let's get out and get it done. Excited to be here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your love, your encouragement and support. We'll see what we'll have to talk about at the end. Once again, going to be doing a week review of the Garmin. So this is day number 2. I've tweaked some settings around. Hopefully I've got the voice overview coming up now. See if it gives me a bit more prompts around how I'm progressing as well. So, but all in all, it's been really, really good. I still can't really feel like it's there. Like it just feels light and easy. It is tracking my stress quite well, which I would like to probably show my stress by the end of the week. So yeah, might give some indication of understanding of why I get frustrated. Anyway, let's go. This is a bit tight. Trip down memory lane. All right, I've done about 9.5k. Do the final 2k in these repeats, and then we're done. Oh. I've done it again. I've surprised myself, and I guess maybe I shouldn't start being so surprised, because if anything, the Nike app isn't adapting. It's not changing. It's not telling me that I can change my pace. To be honest, it's not working. So I'm more running to a feel than to guidance, right? So I mean, the app has kept the same target pace as the entire progress of this plan, which previously it's adapted, and it seems to not be working. And I've had someone else mention the same thing. I'll put the comment up here, and he also said the same, that his app isn't syncing in terms of syncing with an adaptation plan. So it's, I don't know, Anyway, I've come in probably around a 6:25 pace maybe, and once again I kicked off this run with, as you can probably tell, I was a bit flat and I didn't really have a care of what was going to happen, and I just wanted to get out and just cruise, just really have a moment to myself, and started off pretty cash, and then I've been able to uplift it and come in and smash it on top, so happy with that. Which at the end of the day, this is how a good run should go, is getting out there, feeling things, getting into a groove, and then finding that nice pace for a longer distance, which at the end of the day is what the plan will be for the marathon. Yeah, so still feeling a bit dull, to be honest. I mean, this run I felt like it was, sorry, I need to sneeze. Yeah, this run, it felt a bit like I was basically just doing some mental cleanup, and if a good way to probably put it as envision it was, I was essentially, it's like I had a filing cabinet and I was sorting through all the things that I've got going on in my mind, and just, you know, filing and putting them through into the right drawer, and, you know, just realigning everything that's going on, whether it's positive, negative, frustrations and all that jazz. So that was the run, but I mean, the run was good. It was great. We're gonna get into the stats, we're gonna see how we went, and then yeah, time for some breakfast. All right, so endurance done and dusted. It was very good run, as I've already mentioned. It was kind of, yeah, once I got into the groove, it was kind of just was easy come, easy do. Oh, 6:24 pace, very good. Average heart rate 149. I've done very well, and what will be, yeah, see, pretty consistent. I've been pretty consistent along the way, and then stepped it up a little bit at the end. Yeah, I think it was a good run all round, to be honest. And this is why I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't be surprised, because I don't feel like I was pushing. I don't feel like I was putting in heavy work. I don't necessarily feel like I should be surprised, because the effort that I was putting in was just getting it done. It wasn't to like push. So yeah, I think this is a good, I guess, somewhat of a benchmark to kind of tell me where I'm at. So it'll be interesting to see where I am in a couple of weeks, before I start to really taper. All right, one other thing I just kind of wanted to mention was just around mindset. And, you know, one thing I'm trying to be mindful of is I don't want this video series to be all me doom and gloom and you know, venting and complaining and stuff, right? I think what I'm trying to really reflect here is honesty and transparency around the realities of things, right? Now, the running journey so far has been top-notch, right? It has been great, and being able to interact with you guys as a community, as new friends, has been top-notch. That aside, you know, usually on a series I would be just showing those highlights, you know, the running, the achievements, the goals, all that excitement. But the reality is, you know, it's not about highlight reels, right? And the real purpose, the real point that I want to make sure I'm showing is that, you know, how I'm using running in my everyday life, not just for training for a marathon, but it's there to help me work through different stuff, help me manage my life, help me balance my life. And this is the reality of it. It's not rainbow and sunshine. It's not all happiness, right? There's things which we all go through, and I want to make sure that that's clear for everyone, because, you know, at the time of filming this week 11 video, my week 10 video hasn't even come out. I'm halfway through this week, and I'm already behind on last week, and that's because of other things I've prioritized over it, not because I've wanted to, but because I've had to, due to just work commitments, and that's very frustrating. And, you know, those are the realities of life, and trying to work through that, navigate that, and really focus on how do I do better to make sure that I'm being able to separate the two, ensure that I'm showing you not just a highlight reel, but also the realities of anything in life. And we all have our own different issues, and there's a lot more to this. But I just wanted to remind you is, thank you for being here, thank you for the support, and it's okay to have down days and ups and downs, and, you know, make sure you're talking and sharing with other people. And I think that's what I've liked so much about this is, you know, even though a lot of this conversation, it's to a camera, it's to you, but I'm having it to myself, but I feel like I'm able to share that with other people. So thanks. All right, I'm gonna go have some breakfast. I'm already behind schedule. It's 9 o'clock, need to be doing work. So make sure you jump down into the timestamps, buffet of information, something there for everyone, and really appreciate it. See you when I'm looking at you. Ciao. Good morning and welcome to run number 53 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today we are doing a speed sprint session. That's right, we are doing 4x400 meters at a 5:26 pace with 1:30 minute rest in between. Now, the first thing here is I'm probably not going to follow that pace. I'm going to go with feel. I'm going to just go with it, just adjust as I feel. Probably end up going a little faster. I don't want to push it though. I want to, you know, if anything, stick around the 5:26, but I'm happy to be faster than that. But I don't want to be like pushing just because, you know, I'm at a sensitive spot within the training plan that I want to make sure that I'm doing more productive work than something that could possibly, you know, cause an injury or damage myself. So gotta be mindful about that. These are the shoes I'm wearing today. These are my speed shoes, and wearing the runner's knot again. One thing that we're trying out today is using the Garmin Forerunner 935. I am testing out the workout, or I guess workout setup. Means I can set up the actual sprints up on the watch itself, so it will just manage it. Never done it on this one before. Been doing it on the Garmin 235 for Yolk, so I guess it would be exactly the same, but we'll give it a go, see how it goes. Should be pretty straightforward. I've already set it up on the Garmin, synced it across to my watch, and we'll give that a go today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. To be honest, I am frustrated. I am angsty. I am just because when it comes to priorities, I get frustrated with myself when I prioritize things over my passion projects, over my hobbies and things like that, you know. And a lot of the time it's work, to be honest, but you know, we all need work to be able to you know, make an income and all that jazz, right? But usually I've been able to balance it, but this week has just been, it's been a challenge, and it's quite frustrating because I'm upset with myself because it's just, yeah, I can do better. Anyway, let's go for a run. Let's get this done. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Are you guys doing sprints? Let me know if you do sprints. Answer them below. Leave a comment, let me know. But for now, we're gonna get out there. We're gonna get it done. I'm gonna set this up over here and let's do it. Number one, super fast. Go, go, go. Number two, at least I'm consistent, still too fast. Go, go, go. Number three. Cool, tough stuff. Ooh. Go, go, go. Full done and dusted. just have a quick cool down, and then we'll see how we went. Oh, that's interesting. I just finished the workout, but the workout didn't stop automatically, whereas in other ones it does. Maybe I forgot to change the setting. Anyway, we just finished. It was pretty good. Yeah, I went with feel, went way faster than expected, or sorry, than I should have. But I didn't push it. There was probably the first two I was nice and crisp in terms of push, 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 go, go, go. Yeah. However, by the time I got to 3 and 4, I was feeling tired, so I didn't try and push it. And you'll probably see that in a minute when I show you the splits of the different sprints. But one thing that was interesting was using the new watch. It's got a better graphic, and it's got a better way of informing me of if I'm in zones, if I'm not in zones. So you would have seen it on screen before, and I'll show you again just now. But I love how it's quite clear and accurate. One thing that I noticed is I haven't set up the vibrations on this, which I think is okay. It'll be good, I guess, if I can continue to not be so reliant on the Garmin anyway, like just in terms of, am I going up, am I going down, what's my target, what's my pace, all that. But I mean, at the same time, I do love my Garmin because, you know, I love all the numbers and whatnot. So no, that was really good, and it'll be interesting to see how it's read my heart rate for this. And yeah, it was pretty simple run, to be honest. Short and sweet. These runs are always nice because get out, you feel accomplished, yet it's a smaller run, so you're done and dusted pretty quickly. A bit more time to have some breakfast, kick back before getting into the day. So they are, you know, each run serves a purpose, and I think having an understanding of what the run is there for is very important. And I've said it before that sometimes, you know, when I've done these sprints, I'm like, oh, you know, I feel like I should be doing more, it was so quick. But at the end of the day, this is the plan, this is what I'm following, and you got to trust the process. All right, let's get into the stats. Yep, easy done, easy do. Have a quick look in here. Yeah, pretty simple stuff. So it's not going to give me the details. Ow, that's a Aussie. All right, let's jump over to the Garmin and have a look at this bad boy. Oh, I noticed that the app's a bit different. It breaks up between run and rest, which is nice, which is good. All right, so we've got 436, 438, 445, and yeah, okay, so average was 450 pace, which is nice and solid. I'm happy with that. Total distance was 1.6 kilometers. Yeah, this is good. I'm happy with that. Oh, I love the way it's doing this. This is cool. This is groovy. This is a cool new feature. This is great. So it didn't used to do this, as you would have known in the last couple of weeks when I've done it with the other Forerunner 235. It doesn't show this, and those blocks are basically meant to be when I'm doing the sprints and how my performance has gone with that. So that's very interesting. Oh, so much to take in. Elevation wise as well, just so you're aware, downhill. So I was actually slower on the second half, but I was going downhill. Interesting. This is cool. Oh, I'm excited with that. So far, the what I'm noticing about this watch is that there are a lot of stats, a lot of little gadgets and gizmos that you can do on it in terms of settings and ways you can set it up, and there's so much I need to learn about it. Now, to be honest, I'm probably a bit of a noob when it comes to this, because this watch is traditionally it's for triathlons, but I wanted the additional layer of data points and I guess mechanisms to be able to track some of this, and I need to investigate it further. And whether I cover it in this week, I probably won't, right? And I think as I continue to go and try a few different things, there's a HRV test on this, There's a few ways to show different information, so it'll be really cool to experience it over the next coming weeks anyway. I mean, this week was more about, I got a new Garmin, wanted to let you guys know. But the thing that I mentioned last week was I actually got this for a pretty good price. Now, if I'm correct, I ended up paying probably around $320 Australian, and that was down from, I think that was down from $700. It was on sale, and then I was able to get a further discount of about 12% again. So I think it was on sale for $360, and I got it down to like, yeah, $320, around there, somewhere $330. But if you're interested on how I did that, was, so there's a couple of different ways. So I'm a bit of a bargain hunter, but one thing that I use, and I don't know if it's global, I use it in Australia, but for all you Aussie folk, check it out. A little thing called cash rewards. And essentially, if you sign up to this tool, you can have it installed on your browser. I use Chrome, and basically when you go to different sites, it will tell you that there's a cashback opportunity, right? Meaning, so let's say I jumped onto Amazon, it has the thing advertised at, you know, on sale for $400, whatever, and the cashback pops up and says, oh, you know, you can get 12% if you purchase through clicking, you know, you have to activate it, and then it enables it, so then you can go through, click through, and it'll apply 12% cashback and just give you the money in PayPal or in your bank account. So that's how I've been doing it. I do that with a lot of things. Actually, I do it with anything that I buy. I always shop around, check if there's an opportunity to wipe off 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever, because it all adds up, right? I'm a bit of a, I'm quite frugal in that sense, but at the same time, I like to take that and think of the savings that I'm doing. And I've got it over a couple of different apps. I've got one through work, I do the cash rewards one, and I think probably combined total now over the last couple of years, I've probably saved $2,500, whether it was money off or cash back. So hey, it all adds up. The other one that you can do is Raise, which you do the same thing, and Raise is basically kind of like a micro investing app where you can buy blocks of stocks, meaning let's say a stock's $100, you don't have to pay $100, you can just put 50 bucks in it and it'll buy as many as possible, or components of that stock. And the same thing, you can invest with Raise when you make a purchase. So if you make a purchase via Amazon, they might put 3% of that purchase, they will automatically invest that money into the app for you, and into the stock market. So if you're interested in any of those two things, I've got a couple of links down below. You can sign up, get some money back yourself. I think it's $5, $10, whatever, but it all counts, it all adds up. If you're interested, not pushing it, but that's how I got a good deal. So thought I'd share it. All right, so it is Thursday today, almost the weekend. Excited for the weekend for two reasons. One, I need a much needed break, and two is get to do a cruise run. Saturday will just be that nice endurance run, and then Sunday we're doing the 22.5 again. Well, not again, but another long run. So exciting times. I'm so behind on videos and things, which is very frustrating, but I know once you get this, you'll be happy. So appreciate the support, encouragement, and love. Now, jump around into the timestamps, see if there's something there which is of value to you, which I think there is, because there's a buffet of information. Let me know what you want to see. Put something down in the comments, jump around in the timestamps, and for now, I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Good morning and welcome to run number 54 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020, and today we are doing an endurance run. We are doing 9.5 kilometers. Don't know why it's not 10 or not 9, but 9.5 at a 6:39 pace. 6:39, 6:38, somewhere there. And I am so keen to get out and get this done, just because, well, it's Saturday morning and it doesn't feel like Saturday morning, but it really just feels like a bit of a blur this week, to be honest. But I'm excited to get out and just cruise. That's all I want to do, is just, I don't know, whether it's run away my sorrows or just, you know, just get out and just enjoy some peace and calm and all that. Rough week, heavy week, week's not done yet. However, making the most of the positive things, making the most of, I guess, the opportunities that I have, and trying to, you know, look back over the last few weeks of what I've been talking about, and keeping myself honest and making sure that I am doing the best I possibly can with the current situations. So these are the shoes I'm wearing today, wearing the trail running shoes. We'll be getting out on some of the muddier puddles and on the sand. And I had a question from FitLabb. He's like, there's so much water around where I live, why and what's going on there? And then he also asked, does it wreck my shoes? And so the first part of that is where I'm running. I usually run along some of the sand along along the beach. And secondly is, yes, when it gets wet here, it doesn't seem to flood away. So there is always water around, in winter that is, and we're in winter. But no, the shoes usually turn up all right. I mean, the trail running shoes have a thicker base, so the water doesn't really come through. But because I'm rotating shoes as well, it doesn't really have an impact. So it's all good. All right. We're going to get into this run in a second, but when we get back, we're going to talk about book review on The One Thing, and that book has just been outstanding. I'm about to finish my current book, what I talk about running when I talk about running, and probably even get into a new one today. So it's all happening, smashing through these books. I think that's one key thing I am so proud of, is that being able to smash out books, and I'm looking forward to more and more. As I keep saying, if you have book recommendations, let me know. It is such a beautiful morning. It's going to be foggy, it's going to be fresh, but it's going to be good. All right, let's get into it. Oh, 9.5 done. It's a ripper of a morning. Good run, really good run. Actually, the run was a trance. It was exactly what I needed, just to kind of put my headspace out in the middle of nowhere and just cruise. It's a weird mentality. I think if you're a runner, you'll understand what I'm talking about, but the ability to be able to switch off, to just get into a bit of a trance, and it's quite meditative, really. It's quite relaxing, quite calming, and it's one of the joys and perks of running. A few little noggins and whatnot, but a bit in the glute and in the legs, but I think it's okay. I'll just have to give it a bit of a roll. Tomorrow doing 22.5, so not super long. Oh, feels good. Feels good. I've got a lot still going on in my mind, just around just some things that I was thinking about and shuffling around while running, and I don't think I'm at a point where I can go through it, just because I want to make sure I've clearly ticked off all the boxes that I'm trying to clarify in my head. Anyway, bit of a weird rant. Let's get into the stats, and then we're gonna get into The One Thing book review, and some of the lessons that I've learned in the book itself is, it's a 5 out of 5, it's a 10 out of 10. It's a book you should go read, and it just puts into perspective the way we apply ourselves, the way we work, and the way we don't work. So I think there's something there for everyone, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now the watch is going good, feeling breezy. I think there is one thing which does frustrate me, is I've noticed I'm using the 4 quadrants on it, and when my time gets higher than an hour, it actually I can't see the 1 hour. So it's a little frustrating, but I think I've just got to modify it to make it fit. So I will do that adjustment. All right, let's save this bad boy and check out how he went. 9.5k, averaging 6:24, absolutely smashing it once again. Yeah, I mean, I think I've realised that starting off slower is definitely my go-to way to do this, because some runs, when I'm starting off too fast, I get into a groove and I feel like, oh, I could do this forever, but you burn too quickly. So, and you'll see it here, you know, I've been pretty consistent along the whole way, to be honest, but if I have a look at the splits, yeah, so I did 650, 650, 622, 623, 614, 627, 612, 627, 559, and then 606. So yeah, trending positive. So I think that's definitely the way that is working best for me, and it's probably going to be the strategy that I take when it gets to the marathon. And I'll be starting to test this out a bit more as I progress through the next coming weeks. You know, just really, especially in the longer runs, what I want to be able to do is, you know, see if I can keep it steady and then speed it up. Now the problem with that is doing these repeats back and forth, it makes it a little harder to do that, but it is what it is. Let's have a look at this. As you can see, I don't know what performance condition means, but heart rate pretty consistent the whole way. I'm happy with that. Look, I think I'm getting to the point, as I mentioned before, where I'm able to step up my pace, and I want to start to test that a little bit more and do some running, which is going to be a bit more like race day. And what that looks like, still figuring out. If you have ideas, let me know. All right, let's get into the one thing book review and the lessons learned. And look, there's so much in this book, and I kind of just went through it this morning and just did a quick pull out of the different things which to me have resonated, to me which have stood out, and to me which have just been the biggest bang for buck. But the entire book has been absolutely epic. It's been, I seriously think you need to get it, listen to it, read it, whatever. Just get a copy of it, whether it's from Audible, whether it's from a hard copy. I've got a couple of links in the description below. Check it out, well worth it. So, and I think the key takeaway from this is that it's triggered my ability to question my approach to things. It's triggered my ability to question why we do, and to question the why of how to take action, or why to take action, or when to take action. And it really has, I guess, just, and I mentioned this just the other day, that it wasn't necessarily about that it was some new amazing shebang way of how to do things. It was actually just looking at things from a different perspective, applying some simple steps and logic, and you're like, why didn't I think of that? But the way the book takes you through those steps, and it's got diagrams and it's got different insights and tips and tricks, it puts it in a very clear way, which just like, whoa, this is the superior way. I've got 8 things that I want to share. Number 1, focus on narrowing down your focus, right? So this is like, think about the action you can take to move closer to your one thing. Now, your one thing is a ripple effect to your dream goal, your long-term goal. And when you're thinking about whatever you're doing today, think about, okay, so in 5 years' time, I want to be doing X. So in 2 years' time, what can I be doing to get to my 5-year goal? In 1 year's time, what can I be doing to get to my 2-year goal, to get to my 5-year goal? In 6 months, what can I be doing? La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da-di-da. And then it's like, what can I be doing now to get me closer to my day goal, to get me closer to my week goal, to get me closer to my month goal, to get me closer to my year goal, to get me closer to my 2-year goal, to get me closer to my 5-year goal, to get me closer to my long-term goal. So it is quite intense from that perspective, but breaking it down over those years, months, time periods, or even bites throughout the day enables you to have a domino effect, right? And that is the key thing here, is once you line those ducks up and you get them in a flow, you're able to start knocking things down, which we all know domino effects, the amount of energy and power that they bring is beyond means, right? It's crazy the amount it can do, but you have to get it in line. Success leaves clues, right? So people have done this before. Don't try and recreate the wheel. Have a look around, see what other people have done, and learn from their mistakes. And I think that's the best thing about a YouTube community as well, is sharing, helping, watching, and seeing how other people have done it and applying different mechanisms or processes of similar nature and doing the same thing. And this isn't about YouTube, I'm talking about anything, to be honest. But success leaves clues, so follow them. This one's an interesting one. Everything doesn't matter the same, right? And it's not about doing the most, and it's not about doing what's important for others. It's about what's doing important for you. And this is a tough one, right? Because you know what someone will say is this is high priority might not be the high priority for you for that day, or it might not be your high priority in general. Now, there comes some reason within this, because you know, you have to keep in mind that if you are working, there's certain things that you have to follow, but at the same time, your job is to do X. If other people are asking you to do Y and it's not going to get you closer to X, well, then you need to reprioritize and say, well, you know, Y isn't important or X isn't important, right? Whichever one matters. So really understanding the difference between the two, which kind of leads into the other part, which multitasking is not a quick win, right? And people think, oh yeah, can you just do this quickly? Well, yes, you can do it quickly, but it takes you away from the focus. It takes you away from the one thing you're trying to achieve. And then that energy, that focus, that ability to perform is distracted. It's pulled away. It's removed. So, you know, being mindful of that will make a huge difference. Balance is a myth. And you know, where you prioritize one thing, you could neglect another, right? And which is true, right? It's like if you eat more food, you know, you gain more weight, but if you exercise more, you'll lose more weight. So like it's balancing. You know, you can't just be doing perfect of both sides of the world. I think where balance really does apply is when you work, you work. When you play, you play. Now that isn't happening, right? So I think this is one thing which I'm trying to battle with, and setting those priorities, setting those boundaries, and setting those rules and regulations around my own personal life and lifestyle, that, you know, if you're doing X, you're doing X. If you're doing Y, you're doing Y. Don't bring the two together. Number 7 was purpose. Know your purpose. You know your purpose, you know why you're doing something, you know why you want to be doing it. You're going to move forward quicker, easier, and with empowerment, right? It was similar to start with why. It's purpose. And the final one is protect your one thing. Make time for it, block time out for it, make it your priority. Make people know that it's your priority, and be sure that that is your focus. And if you don't prioritize your one thing, well, you can never expect it to move forward. You can never expect to move forward to that location, to that whatever you're trying to pursue. So you need to protect it, and you need to make it happen. All right, it is an absolutely stunning morning. It is sunny, it is calm, it is clear, it is beautiful. And the downside is, just before I went for a run, the coffee machine broke. So I guess I'm going coffee machine shopping today. Online, probably click and collect, because, you know, we're not allowed to go out and go shopping. So let me know what you think about today's run. Jump down into the timestamps. We have a buffet of information within this video. Something for everyone. We've got book reviews, as you've just seen. We've got the runs, we've got different rants, we've got a bunch of everything. Now, if there's something that you want to see, make sure you jump down as well. Leave a comment, ask a question, let me know your thoughts, and that would be greatly appreciated. All right, I'm gonna go have some breakfast, probably go have a makeshift coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow doing 22.5 kilometers. See you when I'm looking at you. Good morning and welcome to run number 55 for the Marathon Training Plan 2020. And today it is long run time. Yes, we are doing 22.5 kilometers. And just for a reminder, that means we are doing roughly 10K outside of home. And that is because I need to spend 1 hour only of exercise outside of our property. That's just due to Melbourne stage 4 lockdown. So I'll do 1 hour outside, which will roughly be about 9.5, 10 kilometers, see how I go. And then I will finish up the 12.5 roughly kilometers down, doing the repeats on the driveway again. Now this time I'm not going to be using the whiteboard and tracking it in detail. I'm going to try it without it, just to see how it does mentally, and then I can use that as a bit of a benchmark to tell me if I need to be doing it going forward. Yeah, feeling pretty good. There was a few stiffness this morning, but I've just done a nice little mobility stretch and yeah, smoothed it out, I think. So hopefully that'll be all right. It was raining last night, so it's probably going to be a little wet, which is going to be a bit of a problem when I do the repeats because it gets a bit muddy down there, but it is what it is. These are the shoes I'm wearing today, just my normal ones. So hopefully they will be all good, using the runner's knot as well. I'm excited for this run for two reasons. One, it's a long run, it's a chance to once again dig deep and really push through, and especially on those repeats. But secondly, I'm listening to new audiobook, 4-hour work week. Now I've listened to this before, and that was when I was quite young, like maybe when I was 18. So from a mentality perspective around how it applies to my life at the point in time, it didn't really apply. Listening it to for the second time, it is starting to really pop out and jump at me a lot differently. So if you haven't listened to that, check it out. But anyway, I'm probably about an hour in. I am listening it at 1.5 times as well. So that's why I'm being able to get through these audiobooks so quicker. If you've made it this far, you've either jumped straight here or you've done the whole shebang. So appreciate it. And don't forget, we are going to be doing a bit of a recap, final review, my thoughts on the Garmin Forerunner 935, which you can see right here. It's been great. All right, let's go. Loop number 1, 5k in. My GoPro Max Grip tripod broke, and I've just had to quickly run inside, switch over to my shorty, and keep on going. Good thing I had a buffer, so I'm currently at about a 6:26 pace. I was at around a 6:19, but I didn't want to stop my watch. So here's loop number 2. Let's get it done. Loop number 2, 10k in, time to start the repeats, and it's just started raining, so it looks like I'll be doing about 12.5k in the rain. Let's have a sneak. Let's do this. There it is, the notorious stretch, and look at all the mud down there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gonna get muddy. All right, 11.5k, basically halfway now. Yeah, let's do this. This is gonna be fun. Might need a jacket. All right, just put a jacket on just to remove some of the wetness, I guess. All right, 17.8k, legs are getting heavy. 20k in. Whew. It's getting real, digging deep. Half marathon, baby. That's 4 back-to-back half marathons in 4 weeks straight. Oh yeah, the Sunday half. Let's go. I'm actually crying. What's crazy is that each run you do, you continue to push yourself so much, and you realize how capable you are. I don't even know why I'm emotional. I've done this distance
tens and tens and tens of times, but every time it still gives you that reassurance that you've got it. I need a moment. The beauty part is we push ourselves hard. I mean, I'm not pushing hard, I'm putting myself through pain and what one would call suffering, but it's this result at the end. The tears of joy and the tears of just self-accomplishment and growth. And I mean, it's not even a PB or anything, it's just getting out, getting it done. And that's what it's about. One way or another, there was times where I walked, there was times where I stopped, there was times where it was all too much, but then there was times where it was good. I felt my best. I felt like I was finishing a marathon. I felt like I was finishing a half marathon. There was ups and downs, and we did it. Absolutely smashed it. 22.5k. Wow, look how muddy it was. Look at that. Jeepers. All right, long run done and dusted. 22.5 kilometers at a 6:25. Oh my goodness. And there's nothing amazing about this, like, other than that I've got it done. But I mean, my PB for a half marathon is 2:04 or 2:03, and here I am amazed at doing this. But I think it's because I've been able to do the continuous load, the continuous progress each week. And what I'm excited to see is that when I start to taper down and let my body really soak in this training, it's going to be great to see what I can do. I'm excited. This is epic. Now, if we have a look at the progression of this, so obviously I was only allowed to do 1 hour outside, so I did about 9.5k outside of my driveway, and then I did the final, must have been about 13k in the repeat zone. And I didn't use the board just because I wanted to try the mental challenges with it, and it was a challenge just because of the repeats. So I dropped drastically, and you probably can't see it so much here, but if I jump over to the Garmin, you'll be able to see it quite clearly where so you can see right there, probably around, oh yeah, you can see where I start to dip down. There's a lot more comments of me stopping and starting, and some of it was because I had to put I changed my shirt. I was drenched, and then Mum bought out a jacket for me, and I put the jacket on, but it was getting tougher and tougher. But by the end, you could see that I was pushing just because I wanted to get through with it. And that's where the heart rates come up. Cadence wise, you know, you can see I think the purples is a lot better, so that's where the magic was happening. I mean, that's that. I mean, like I said, there was a few challenges there. I probably put on the music at around, must have been 17, 18k again, to really dig deep, and I was struggling, and I was starting to talk to myself, you know, give myself the bash, and I was even channeling my inner David Goggins of, you know, pushing through and just, you know, remembering some of the stuff that he went through. So getting through that pain cave or that mental barrier of just progressing through, right? I mean, I could have stopped, I could have slowed down, but I didn't want to slow down, because as soon as you start slowing down, that's when you give in. So yes, I might have stopped and walked for a bit, but I was maintaining pace averagely. So yeah. All right, so I just want to give some points on the Garmin right now. Used it for a week, and I'm learning lots. The thing about this is I'm not going to be able to give you guys the total inside guide of the Garmin Forerunner 935. This is essentially me comparing it to what I was doing in using the 235 or the 235 Forerunner. I've been using that for about 2.5 years, and this bad boy, I had the good opportunity to purchase it for a good deal, and I wanted to step it up, thinking as well in the longer run, as I probably work towards bigger and better goals, that this will be the type of device I need. Now, primarily it is a device for triathlons, right? So for triathletes that want to be doing swimming, biking and running. Now, I got it purely because it has additional features. What those additional features are, it's hard to really identify them separately, but I've taken some notes and I'll take you through that. So let's get into it. It feels good, it feels light, right? I don't feel it there. My other watch, I used to feel it moving around, and the thing is, if I had the other one tighter, I would know it was there. This doesn't move and I can't feel it, so it's comfortably good. It's really good. Now, I don't know if that will be the same for everyone, but for me, it's really good. It's good sizing. It steps up visually compared to the 235. You know, it's got more data, it's got more metrics, it's got more ability to read and understand and visualize information on the go. I think one thing that's interesting is it's enabled stress checks, and this is a big one for me, and I'm curious to have a look. And I'm going to pop up what my stress has been for the week. It's saying overall stress for the week. You can see for the last week my overall stress level has been 31. And what's very interesting about this is if I get too stressed, it will alert me and it will tell me, do you want to take a minute break or do some breathing exercises? It's also got a good training status, right? So the ability to see, you know, what's my training effect, which is new and it's good. Now, I know a lot of people in the past have used this feature, and sometimes it says that you're underperforming when you've just smashed out a good run. So not really sure of the metrics behind it, but it's just another feature which I think once you dive into it, it could be of great value. As I mentioned, it's primarily for triathlons, this watch. I'm not planning to do a triathlon. It was more that I want the additional features, the battery life, and that's probably the other thing. The battery life has been key. Usually I would have had to charge it, and I mean, I didn't charge it out of the box. It came probably at 70% out of the box, and it's lasted the whole week, so pretty neat. If we jump down to the pros, it's light, it's got a better battery, its accuracy seems better, has more visuals, and there's lots and lots of features, so it's very customizable, which is great, right? The cons is there's lots to figure out, right? It's not for the everyday runner. Like, yes, there's more data, there's more visuals, there's more customizable options, but for the everyday runner, do they need it? No. Does a new runner need this? No. This is for someone who wants to step it up, learn a bit more about themselves, and really start to step it up in different exercises. I mean, I think you can track skiing on this. I mean, come on. I mean, golf, everything. It's crazy. So it's not for your go-to starting watch. The 235 is definitely a starting watch for a runner, whereas this 935 is for something a bit more. And it's probably a little bit too technical for me at this point, but I'm keen to learn it and understand it better. That's my findings on the Garmin 935. I'm very happy with it. Good purchase and great bang for buck. So the first question for this week was from Life with Vince Lou. He's asked, and I've answered this before, but I want to just remind people jumping in if you're new here. So what time am I aiming for in the marathon? I'm aiming for a 4:30 overall time, 4 hours and 30 minutes. Sneak goal would be 4:26, just because that's what my girlfriend got, so trying to beat that. And then I've got two more questions from Lido, and man, I really do appreciate all the questions, and they're good questions, keeping me honest, and the encouragement as well. I really do appreciate it, mate, so keep them coming. The first one being, have I incorporated any hill training into my routine to build up different muscle sets and to increase stamina and stride? To be honest, no, I haven't. Look, if I was training for something with elevation, I probably would, and I've focused more on the speed, which I think in some levels it's going to do those different muscle groups, but I think that's a good point. And to be honest, I don't have the answer for it, because I don't know if doing hill repeats would be a sensible thing for marathon training. It is good for a workout, but I'm anxious that I don't want to overdo it. But it's a very good point. If you have information on that, I'll be keen to know your thoughts, or if anyone else does. So the answer at this point is no. I mean, just doing 46 repeats in this 300-meter block is fun enough. And the second one was, with the community growing, are you thinking of doing live streams? Yes. So I want to do live streams. I was going to do one originally for my halfway plan. The time I was going to do it, unfortunately I had to work and it just didn't make sense, so I focused on getting that halfway video. I think I'm going to plan, and I want to schedule it, and I'm going to look around to see what would be the best time to get the most out. Sorry, there's mozzies flying and biting me. The most out of the time zone differences. So I'm planning to have some time off around my birthday, and so I'll be aiming to hopefully do a live stream before the marathon, and it will be between the 24th and 28th of September. That's my goal. So more on this to come. I want to set the date in advance so people can prepare and you know, get a build up to, you know, scheduling it in and being able to attend. So yeah, good question. Yeah. All right. So I've got 2 channel/video call out. So my video that I've watched this week, which has resonated with me a lot, and unfortunately I'm quite behind in a lot of my videos just because work's been quite busy. And the one video that I watched was from Struthless, and it's called The Drawing Advice That Changed My Life. Now, this has got nothing to do with running, but the principles behind it are so relevant to anyone that's wanting to do more and level up. So check that out. And then the channel I want to give a shout out to is That Running Guy, and his name's Chris, and he's smashing it on the YouTube game at the moment. He's just about 2.2k subs, I think, at the moment, and he's smashing out content. So go check out that content. But he's doing a bit of a series where it's called Pay It Forward, and he's just giving the love to the community. So I want to give the love back to him and say, go check out his channel. If you haven't checked it out, he's sharing a lot of different community folks and giving them a shout out. So it's a great way to connect, network, and grow your own community. So go check him out, and thanks, Chris. All right, that is that. This week has been, look, to be honest, the first half of the week I felt not with the running, but I felt like I wasn't giving my best to you guys, and I was just kind of being doom and gloom, very frustrated. But definitely after today's run, I'm feeling super positive, and you know, sometimes the runs that I do are helping me deal and work through frustration and, you know, some of the mental health and things like that. So that's probably another reason why, you know, when you finish those things, when I finished that run and broke down, it just reminds me that, you know, I've got it. So yeah, that's that. So let's quickly jump over to what's happening next week, and we can see how that's going to change. To week 12, we've got 54k next week. We have an 8k tempo, 9.5k endurance, a benchmark baby. We have a 27.5k long run. That's going to be tough. And 8k in endurance. So some pretty simple stuff. The 27k, doing it here, that's going to be a level up. So bit of time to think about to see if I can strategize that differently. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't know. Anyway, that is it from me. I want to say thank you to you all for all the love, the encouragement, the support, and for all the comments. Any ideas, suggestions that you want to see, please let me know. And wow, we're in the final stretch now, and I'm getting excited, I'm getting nervous. And one thing that I'm starting to, and it happened last time in the plan, was I get concerned that I'm doing a pace of 6:30, and you know, I'm feeling sore and tired just doing half the distance of a marathon. How am I going to do a marathon? Well, this is where I got to remind myself that the heavy work I'm putting in now, my body starts to recover, it will soak it up, and then it will push it out after that, and just wind down just before the marathon. So hopefully all this work will soak in, and I'll be able to, yeah, taper down and hit it big time. That's the plan. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.